Hello and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I am Tom. And when we left off, we were in San Diego. So we're going to pick a job going out of San Diego. And I'm looking at this top one here, up to Fresno, staying in California. I know I did say Las Vegas would be interesting. But that's so much less. So I'm going to take this one up to Fresno, and then hopefully we can find one from Fresno heading back down to, say, Los Angeles would be good. Because I think after that we want to purchase our first truck. So let's take that job. And then we will get our radio set up. As we like to have a little bit of background music, don't we? That's my volume. Volume's great. So, off we go. We're going to need lights. Which way am I heading out here? That way. There we are. So, hauling some John Deere cargo up to Fresno in this episode. I've just jumped into trailer damage. What? Did I hit it on the thing? Okay, 1% is no issue. We're fine. I've just jumped back into American Truck Simulator. Having I can't see the light anymore. I do like this truck though, this is a good truck. It's a Peterbilt. It's kind of cozy. I've jumped back in having just seen some news. There was one thing I wanted to address in this video, and there's a second thing that I feel like I now need to address. We'll start with what I feel like I need to address, which is I don't have the Montana DLC, which is the latest to be released. The reason for that is it's just been announced as coming out on the 4th, and I'm, you know, well ahead on recordings at this point, so that is the sole reason I don't have that. It's not out at this point. It's still July as I'm recording this. Have we got plenty of space on that side? Have we got plenty of space in front of us? What am I doing? Okay, I think we're good. We're good. Time of night is at 4:30 a.m. so hopefully we'll get sunrise soon and we won't be hauling this through the night entirely. Fantastic. So I intend to get and start playing with the Montana DLC as soon as I can, which may be before the next video depending on like when I record. The big issue really is that I like to have a buffer of videos and record well in advance, and so that's what I've done. And I'm like, even my first video though, even the episode 0 goes up after that Montana DLC comes out now. But as we are in summer and it is August as these are releasing, Ethan's still off school, so the house is a bit more active, a bit louder than usual, and don't have all of the empty daytime to work with, because usually when I started recording the odd episode here and there while Ethan was at school, like in between work. I could just dump an hour into a game and start recording. But as we are in summer now, it's a little bit more difficult because he's home and there's still all manner of things to negotiate around time-wise. But I won't install the Montana DLC actually until we get back to Los Angeles. And the reason for that is that, well, actually no, I don't know if we'll install it at all, because there'll be mods, all the mods I'm using will need to catch up, so it's kind of difficult. It's difficult to decide what I'm going to do about that. However, we haven't left the States yet, so most of the mods should just keep on working. I don't know if any of the mods will need to have new connections with Montana, but probably not. It'll probably be fine. We can probably install Montana and eventually we'll get across in that direction. For now we're just trucking around California. We'd like to visit Canada at some point. We'd like to visit Mexico while we're still in California, because it's one of the few states that connects with Mexico down there. Actually, I'm wrong about that, aren't I? While we're in the south of the United States, I would like to visit Mexico and the Reformer DLC, so... Not DLC, sorry, mod. So yeah, I don't know when we get to installing Montana, but it's not installed yet. It's not out yet. But as soon as it is, I'll review and see if we get that installed. However, as I say, before we do that, I'd like to get back to Los Angeles, back to home base. Do you wanna? There we go. The reason I want to get back to home base before installing additional DLC or even other location mods or map mods, I mean, is because when you do that, excuse me. It's like I couldn't get a word out of my throat there. The reason that I want to be in Los Angeles is because that's where home base is, and when you install map mods, they change your GPS. They change stuff about the map essentially, and it can confuse the game as to where you left off, so it tends to reset you back to a garage. And the only one we've got at the moment is Los Angeles, so I'd like to be there before adding extra map parts. Is the main reason for that. But we'll get onto Montana eventually. We have loads to explore as it is. We haven't left California, and California is part of the base game. It's not part of the DLC. California and Nevada were the first two states to be released as the base game itself, and then everything else is additional DLC after that. So we need to get out of California and start exploring other places, which we'll do that as we get longer and longer jobs. I want to purchase a truck as well. I think that's what the next thing I want to do is we'll get this job up to, where was it going, Fresno? We'll do this job up to Fresno, then look for something to try and get us back close to Los Angeles. And from there we'll purchase a truck and think about what comes next. Install some additional mods. One mod I want to install is Minor Urban Overhaul. Sorry, I may have mispronounced that. Hang on. Minor Urban Overhaul. I want to get that installed because it does some reworking of some urban areas. I think it does a bit of it does Los Angeles, and I think it does Phoenix, Arizona. It does a few other areas as well. It like essentially expands the urban areas, makes them a little bit bigger, makes them a little bit truer to life. So I want to get that installed, which is a map mod, and therefore, you know, it's going to probably reset my location. However, actually, at the moment we don't have our own truck, so it doesn't matter as much. We're not being reset anywhere. We're still taking quick jobs, so maybe I do that. Maybe I do that before the next episode. And that's the thing. I think that's the thing that I wanted to cover. The DLC release of Montana is something I felt I needed to cover, and then the mod stuff is something that I wanted to cover. I'm probably going to install Minor Urban Overhaul. Probably between episodes. Now that I've realized it won't actually reset my location because I'm still doing quick jobs, we'll probably get that before the next episode. I don't know why that didn't occur to me sooner. But yeah, give you a sense of where we are in time. I am in the past, obviously. They've just announced the Montana DLC's release date as of whatever day it is today, Sunday the something of July. It's the Sunday immediately after the Saturday of Comic-Con in San Diego. So as to how that relates to my channel, yesterday my first Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 video went up, and today I have just recorded a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 video for next Saturday. And that video is a mess. It's like really hard. Okay, so here's the thing. It's easy to play a trucking sim like this and just chat about whatever, because most of the time we're just looking straight down a straight road like this, and well, if you've watched any of these, you've seen I fuck up constantly. Oops. I fuck up frequently, and God, in particular, there was a Euro Truck Simulator video that went up recently where I missed my turn off the motorway, and I reverse into a police car to try and get back on track, which was so stupid of me. I should have just continued on and lived with the mistake. Instead, I made an even bigger one, and it's so stupid. But in general, it's easier playing a game like this than it is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and, you know, recording commentary over the top of it. Because in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 videos, I'm trying to record those, like, I don't need to give myself as much runway there because they're one a week. So I'm trying to record those the week of. And I essentially said in the first one that I was going to talk about Comic-Con, particularly Marvel's Hall H, in the second one. So that's what I attempt to do. I attempt that. But it's a more difficult game, and I'm focusing on trying to blast through the levels and, you know, perform as well as I can in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which I tend to be pretty good at, but I'm screwing up a little bit because I'm trying to talk at the same time, and also I'm screwing up the talking because I'm trying to play at the same time, and it's a difficult game. Whoops. Oh yeah, okay, brilliant. Yeah, and I'm gonna get in front of you if that's okay. Brilliant. That was almost a disaster. Going straight on. So that video is a mess. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Episode 2, where I try to talk about Marvel's Hall H panel at Comic-Con. I wanted to try and cover everything that happened at Comic-Con. Well, not everything that happened at Comic-Con, but everything that came out of Hall H. Because well, not everything that came out of Hall H, they have numerous panels coming out there, but I mean the Marvel panel specifically. Because I love Marvel, I love the MCU. And I don't manage to, I fail to do that. I was trying to go through it all in order, like, okay, they started by talking about the end of Phase 4, which includes She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever. And then they showed a trailer for She-Hulk and talked about where they're going with Phase 5 after that. Phase 5 beginning with Quantumania, ending with Thunderbolts. And there's a bunch of projects in between there. Off the top of my head, I forget what they all are. I think, yeah, no, Captain America New World Order is in there. Oh god, yeah, as soon as we found out that Captain America New World Order was the title of Captain America, we knew what was coming. We knew Avengers the Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars were coming because those titles had leaked alongside New World Order just a day before. And the announcement of New World Order legitimized that leak, and suddenly it's like, oh, okay, Secret Wars is coming. But because I'm trying to play the game at the same time and talk through that, I completely fuck it up, and eventually I just blurt out, Secret Wars, they announced Secret Wars, there we go. which is fine. I just need to play those. I just need to. I'm going to continue with the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 videos. Because I would like to play it through to completion, but I don't know what's the best way to go about it. Whether I should probably give up on the concept of trying to have a chat while doing it, but also I don't want it to be like a long play where it's without commentary. I want it to be with commentary, but I suppose not talking about events or that kind of stuff. I think I need to put more of my focus into the gameplay and probably just having a bit more of a random kind of chit chat and discussing the actual gameplay itself, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, that's kind of boring though, isn't it? I don't know, I'm still figuring out what I'm doing with all this. I think Tony Hawk's would be a good game to live stream and have some kind of chat while playing the game. Because then I could see comments as they come in and respond to that instead of trying to stay on a certain topic or whatever. In general, I just need to stop treating these as vlogs. There's another mod I'm looking at installing here, but I can't remember what it is. Minor Urban Overhaul is the big one that I think is going to add a bit more flavor to the game. But there's something else. Oh no, I'll tell you what I wanted to cover. It wasn't even the mods. I wasn't even meant to be talking about the mods. I was meant to be talking about my favorite mod for both American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's called ETS2 Local Radio. And it's awesome. I've talked about it before in Euro Truck Simulator 2, in those videos. I don't think I've mentioned it yet in American Truck Simulator, but I love it so much in American Truck Simulator, because you're driving around America. Well, you're driving around the western states of America at the moment. Well, actually, the mod does cover more territory than that. It'll cover Canada, I think it'll cover Mexico too, and it will cover the entirety of the states. So if you had Coast to Coast installed and the Midwest expansion installed, it would also cover those areas. What it does is, I've talked about this before in the Euro Truck Simulator 2 videos, it provides local radio stations dependent upon where you are in the world. So as you're driving between areas, you'll hear a static kind of like, and the radio will tune out and tune you into another station that's for that region. And what I love about it in American Truck Simulator is just how phenomenally fucking weird it is listening to American radio as a British person. Because, oh my god, religious radio is a huge thing in the States. Christian radio is massive. And I don't listen to it, I tune out of it, but it's just... It really makes the game that much more immersive as you're driving around and then you get tuned out of a station into another. And it's a Christian radio station because it so frequently is. There are so many Christian radio stations in America. It's nuts, and that's just the western states. Unless those stations in particular cover the entire nation, I don't know. I'm sure they do, but it's phenomenally weird to me. you suddenly get... Oh no. Shit. Okay, we've missed that. How far we got? We're only 3 miles out. Okay. 115 miles. We've added 110 miles by missing that turn. Talking about fucking Christian radio. Fuck me, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's such a cool mod. Actually, what do we... oh. I was going to say we could just turn there. We could drive up onto this middle island here. There's a fence now, but if we pulled onto it here and decided to turn around, I don't think we'd get in any kind of trouble. I'm not going to. We'll try and take matters a little more seriously. It must only be like 40 miles before we'd have to turn around, so that's a long distance before turning around though. I mean, in real life it would be. In-game 40 miles isn't much at all. Yeah, I love the local radio mod, and I wish we could play with it. We can't because we'd get a lot of copyrighted music that we couldn't use. But it's just... it's so cool driving along and then having it tune out of the station you're listening to, which tends to be a rock station. Because America's got a lot of great rock stations. But it tunes out of that, and it tunes you into a Christian station, and suddenly you're hearing all about God and Jesus and all that, and it's so weird. The propaganda machine for Christianity in America is enormous. I'm gonna make this exit, that's fine, yeah. Quick little U-turn here. Are we for fuel? We're good for fuel. Even though I've added 100 miles onto this journey, it looks like we're gonna be totally fine for fuel. Okay. I was gonna say we could pull out between a couple of these cars, but that van came past pretty quick, didn't it? You... maybe after this bus? Just trying to gently, thank you. Okay, give me plenty of space around the bus. Shit. That's 400. Thank you. I'm still getting used to the turning circles on the American trucks. I need to give myself plenty of space. And I don't know that I always have that space. $400. How are we for cash? 19,672. We're okay. We're totally fine. That's just pocket change. The release of that Montana DLC though does mean that Texas is next. And Texas is an enormous state. That's going to fill out a lot of map. I don't know how many states they've got done so far, but I know that their intention is to do it a state at a time while they're in the West, because the Western states are so much bigger than Eastern states. When you get across to the East, there's a ton of states that are just, they're tiny and they're all bundled together up in the northeast. So I know that they've said the intention is to, when they get across to that point, start bundling states together in single pieces of DLC, because it doesn't make sense to do them individually. They're so small. I just can't wait until it's viable for us to do a full and proper coast-to-coast trip. That's what I'm looking forward to. My intention eventually, I think, is to do an enormous trip in Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well. No, I'm not meaning to indicate. What time of day is it? 12 noon on a Tuesday, so I don't know why we're seeing so much traffic. Oh, let's not miss this turn this time. Fantastic. What I'd like to do eventually is clear, clear, still clear. I'd like to do really, really long trips as like long streaming sessions. So essentially doing the longest trip possible as a you can probably still, I have no idea why you stopped there, mate. And when we can do a coast-to-coast trip in American Truck Simulator, I'd love to do that as a stream as well. Oh, that'll probably take a really long time, though. That might be too long, actually, for a... Where... I'm sorry, where the... Oh, there it is. Hang on, I need to get a look at this. You want it there. It looks to me like you want it the other way around as well. Okay, that's fine. We can try and get this in position for you. Just slowly does it. Because, oh my god, we've got so little space here. I'm gonna hit that, aren't I? Yeah. That's gonna be enough space. Just about. Oh, yeah, no, I was wrong about it being enough space. Okay. I need to pull it in here. Really, I need to reverse it in here, don't I? Because there's no way I'm just going to pull it into place. I think the closest we get... The closer we get, the better. Oh my god. This is a tough parking job. How am I looking on this side? Oh. Oh man. We need to pull it out a bit further. Give myself a bit of an angle. still can't see anything. Alright, now we're gonna start... No, that's the wrong way. That's more like the way I want to go, isn't it? Yeah. Because if I'm going this way, you're going that way. Yeah, I knew I was going to hit that. Alright, from here. No, it's still pushing you. That's wrong, isn't it? No, it's right. Because of how it twists. No! What am I doing? Oh, for God's sake, this damn thing. Yeah, here we go, here we go. But not too far in that direction because we want to avoid that. I'm too far over at the moment, so I need to be like bring it out a bit. I don't know. We've probably come too far there. I just want to be able to push it back. This way. Try to avoid that. Just keep going backwards. Avoid the thing, please. Avoid the thing, please. I can get... I don't mind scraping it. Ah. Okay, here's what's gonna happen now. Like I say, these American parking jobs are so much more difficult. Right, all the way back. And then when we're about here, start to twist it. But not too much because you'll hit that. How? Jesus. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. Fuck. Okay. I want to pull it all the way out in this kind of direction, like a really dumb direction, like this, okay? And then I want to start... No, wrong way. This way. Brilliant. I just want to start pushing it backwards, like straight back. Because that's going to get it past these obstacles and roughly into the spot I want it. And then we can twist it into position, like as the last thing. Whoops. You look like you're kicking out that way. You've hit it, but can I keep pushing you? Keep pushing you? Oh, no. Let's, yeah, here we go. Okay. So... No, it will be this direction. I just want to twist you around into... Oh my god, this is so... But it really is just... Yeah, okay. A little bit forward, inch it forward. Let me unhook it. Because I do not mind taking a second pass at it. Oops. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. Now, there's a bleeding lamppost there as well. Oh my god. Just... Let me know when I can hook that back up. I can hook it up there. Okay. Oh. This is... fucking nightmare. Once we get our own truck, I'm hoping this gets a little bit easier. I can pick one with a shorter wheelbase, I think. Right, because all we need to do at this point is back you in a little bit further. I can't see what I'm looking at here. Okay. Okay, now we got it, right? We got it. Oh no, I'm genuinely too far to one side here. Oh, was that it? Yes! Oh, it's such a small... There we go. That wasn't it. It's an inch forward at this point. Just the tiniest... There it is. I can't believe... It was literally an inch made all the difference. Fucking hell. All that for 90 XP. Probably wasn't worth the waste of time. That was excellent anyway, apparently. Even though we went 100 miles in the wrong direction and faffed about with that trailer for the longest time there. Okay. So, to the job market. Our next quick job should take us from Fresno. These are special transport, right? Is that right? I think that's what the high value cargo. I haven't spec'd anything into high value, have I? It only wants to go to Bakersfield. Either of these would be okay. They're not giving us an enormous amount of money. Oh, we could go down to Mexico. Across to Kingman. Up to Fallon, Nevada. You know I'm looking for something taking us to Los Angeles. I don't think we've got that, do we? You know what we will do? We will take this Fresno to Bakersfield. It's articulated and heavy. But they give us the truck, so... That truck looks shorter. I am going to make a decision between this and the next episode. I think it's going to be one of these two. I just don't know which yet. In the meantime, thank you for joining me for this video. I've been Tom. This has been American Truck Simulator. And ta-ra!